All of a sudden they yanked me out of the cell, brought me to a big room full of people. I did not know, nobody told me what it is about. In about 15 minutes they took me back to the cell, and later on somehow I was told that I was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. That was the whole trial. No defense attorney or anything, absolutely nothing. That was the communist justice.
You do not know what freedom means unless you lose it. You know, we say we are talking about freedom, but nobody knows what it is, really, until you lose it and you don't have it. You cannot decide things for yourself, you know. There are so many things which you don't think if you live in a free world. And so we were enjoying all those things. And I think we were happy, but it didn't last too long, and the communists took over.
When we escaped, they just had a wire with flares. And they also knew where the flares were. So we came to those wires, and they slowly lowered them to the ground, and we walked between them. One guy was holding in here, the other there. But my younger brother, who was 10 at the time, was dragging his feet. He kicked into it, and flares went up. So it became, night became like a day. And we were just maybe a couple hundred yards from the border. So we hit the ground and then took off for the border.
I was home with a tonsillitis, listening to my beloved radio. We had 2 stations. And suddenly they announced that they would be singing Stalin's favorite song, Sulika. And we all knew from school that that was Stalin's favorite song. I was in bed with scarves and everything around my neck to keep warm. I pulled it all off. I was maybe 10 years old, 11 years old. I stood in attention. Nobody told us ever we need to stand in attention when they sing Sulika. I stood in attention and I was listening to Sulika from the radio, because Stalin, in a way, was my temporary father. And I just never know how to explain it to people. I had no other input. That's what I believed, that that guy who sent my dad to prison became my temporary father.
I am happy to be an American citizen, but my heart is still in the old country in many ways. You know, I just cannot forget. I have very vivid memories, as you noticed, of my childhood, and my recent visits of the Czech Republic have always been very pleasant. So I like to go back, but I wouldn't want to go there and live permanently. I just became too much of an American over the years.